Hello and welcome to Bell Curve Gaming. Today I'm updating Zapcat. Now Zapcat is honestly probably my favorite deck in the previous rotation format that I put together and had a lot of fun with. And since rotation I have had a look at it once, but there's been a lot more tools that have come out that makes this a little bit more viable again. I'll just say a little bit more viable. And this probably really is one of the last opportunities that I'm going to have to really have a go, like a good competitive go at Zapcat again, because rotation's coming up again, and whilst Zapdos isn't rotating, Cataday's not rotating, even like Fione's not rotating, Electro Power is. And the big, issue with Zapcat is dealing with the power creep, particularly the power creep with single prize Pokemon, because we only have an 80 base damage, assuming that we can switch into the active, and we desperately need things like Electro Powers. And because of that power creep's really made dealing with those single prize matchups really difficult and challenging for this deck. So, Cataday, that was really one of its weaknesses, just the pure Cataday in itself. But the Zapdos really made a workaround for that, I found, for a lot of matchups. But yeah, this deck is really now probably geared towards the 2 and 3 prize card decks more than anything else. So the basic concept: get damage counters on with Zapdos, then use Esper's Ear Kinesis for free because of the Persian in play, which does 20 damage for every 1 damage counter onto your opponent's bench, well, for one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So essentially, if you got a 300 HP Pokemon sitting on the opponent's bench with 100 damage on there, you just knock it out with an Ear Kinesis. So that's something that we're really going for, and like I said, by paying for it for free because of the Gathering Cats ability, which ignores all the attack cost of your, each of your Pokemon with Cataday in its attack. So that's the concept of the deck, and we obviously need lots of gusting and lots of switching in this, because we need to keep switching in and out of Zapdoses constantly, especially if we're up against a single prize card deck. We need to constantly be moving and doing something every single turn. So the concept of this, we've got switches to be able to switch around, we've got scoop up nets, we've actually got 4 of Tantalizer, which is absolutely nuts in this deck, because Tantalizer just adds more switching, plus you've got shuffle draw if we need it at any stage. So that's all the different switching options that we've got, and then gusting options to try and target a Mew if it comes down. We've got Boss's Orders, and this is really important. So this wasn't in the initial, wasn't available in the initial post-rotation format. We didn't have good gusting, so being able to boss orders a Mew, not that I see it often anymore, is just really nuts to get rid of an annoying Mew protecting that bench. And we also have Pokemon catchers as well, just as a bit more gusting, which allows us to switch one of our opponent's bench Pokemon with our active on a coin flip. Now, I'm not necessarily liking the coin flip aspect of it, but there's times that you need to continue just drawing through the deck and you want to gust a specific Pokemon at the same time, whether you're targeting it with a Zapdos, whether you're wanting to get it to the bench, and a Pokemon catcher just gives you a chance of that happening. So that's the core concept of the deck. We do also have a new tool in Speed Energy, which works really nicely with this. So Lightning Energy onto a Zapdos, draw 2 at the same time. That's absolutely insane as well. We've got a couple of skateboards to be able to continue flipping in and out of Jirachis all the time, because that's really what we want to do, like our target to keep switching into constantly. So that's the core concept of the deck. I've certainly featured this deck on the channel previously, not in this form, but previous iterations, and I really want to enjoy this deck one last time before we lose and basically cripple Zapdos in the modern format, completely cripple it, not that it's all that viable anymore anyway, with the Electro Power. So let's get into some live matches here. Pretty sure this was the last deck I was playing. Now, the matchups, like I said, we don't want to see. Unfortunately, with this deck, you do have some auto losses, I find. So, matchups we don't really want to see is single prize card matchups, particularly anything with more than 110 HP, which is just about everything, especially with power creep, because they're really awkward for Zapdos to deal with and get 6 prize cards off of them before they get 6 prize cards off of us. So, that's something that we don't want to see. We don't want to see decks that have a lot of healing either, and yeah, there's a lot of that in the format. I know that. So, yeah, they're things we don't want to see. I don't necessarily want to drop Zapdos here. Not until I see what's going on. So we do want to drop Zapdos. This could be really dangerous about wiping our bench. I generally like to get double Persian down if I can. But we are only running a 2-2 line of Meowth Persian now. Just because I found that a lot of the time I didn't want any more. I kind of want to hold this to later, but we'll just chuck it down, start shrining this away. We're going to Cynthia this, so I think we get the most out of our Persian. What do we want here? A Meowth? Yeah, definitely. Chuck that down. This is just going to be a target. That's what I don't like. And this just got even more health. That's all it needed. We don't have the attack because we missed the energy. Wow. Okay. What do we want here? There's nothing we really want. Oh, we could have... No, we've got double Meowth. Do I want to scoop up to Jirachi? Is that really what we're doing here? I think so. Scoop up this Meowth to the Jirachi. It's a bit sad that we don't get to attack first turn. Don't often miss the energy on this. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a guaranteed switch to the Zapdos, and I just back myself and getting an energy card next. We'll just hold. Oh, we got 10 damage on. So what's this do? It's a 40 HP, isn't it? 30, so it's got 290. So we're going to need 100 damage. What I would really like to see, I get that it's impossible for this to ever happen, and it would just never happen. Ouch, that's... Nope, you're going to target Meowth. Okay, that seems fair. Alright, what I'd really like to see though, I'm just so tempted to go to Jirachi rather than go to the Zapdos, but I think we'll go to Zapdos. I'd love to see like buffs and nerfs in this format. Like in this game. I get that it can't happen because they're physical cards and you just cannot do that. But how good would it be? Oh, hang on, what am I doing? How good would it be to have... Oh, this is terrible, actually. Hitting 80 gets to its 100 number. Oh, well and truly plus shrine. How good would it be to have buffs and nerfs like in the TCG? So you look at a card like Zapdos, which was super fun to play and super competitive when it very first came out. And now it's basically useless. Like, it seriously is. I'm bricked, unfortunately. I don't think I've actually been bricked with this deck yet, but oh well, things happen. It's ticking away. But you look at a card like Zapdos, like I was saying, and you increase this to be like 10 base damage, but it does an extra... I mean, let's think about this. Let's give it the same percentage increase that we see with other cards. So, what was the max HP back when this was released? What was it, 270? Was that right? I mean, I can't 100% remember. If I don't get something here, I'm in trouble. Wow. Okay. I'm in a lot of trouble. I'm in a lot of trouble here. I'm going to flip to Meowth. And I'm going to... Do I want to burn a boss's orders? Kinda. I think we will. That's just going to manually retreat, actually. That's a bad boss's orders. I probably should have brought this out. Maybe even Fiona. Yeah, we've just bricked hard, unfortunately. So let's think about it. What was it? 270 HP. Oh, Pokemon Center Lady. See, this is... It's just too much healing in the format. But 270 HP. Let's just work on that as a number. What is it now? 330? Let's work on 330. So that's what? Just over a 20% increase, something like that. Well, at least we can hit like this. We need to try and get a supporter deck. Oops, hang on. I was trying to find my discard pile. What are you doing to me, deck? We'll just have to grab the switch. So 20% increase. We'll hit out this Zapdos while we can. So this Malamar. So 20% increase. So if you increase Zapdos's attack by 20%, so it currently hits 80. If you made it hit, what's that? 100, rounded to the nearest 10. Oh, seriously? Hate this card. So you let it hit 100. Imagine how viable Zapdos suddenly is. It suddenly becomes really like fun to play with again. And I get that they can't do that because there's paper copies, but you sort of make up for the power creep that's existed. Oh wow, we could make some plays here if we can find ourselves a supporter and get out of this hand. Supporter, thank you. Research. Yeah, I'm just researching. I need as big a pull as I can. Alright, finally. Have yourself a board, Zapdos. Well done. Congratulations. Do we want to do anything here? Yeah, I kind of want this in the active, don't I? I mean, I'm researching this hand, so we might as well. No, okay. Alright, so we got what we needed. Fantastic. Do we want to keep the Pokemon Catcher? We want to keep the Electro Power. Do we want to keep Boss's Orders? Oh, we don't have Pokemon Search again. I haven't really used that much Pokemon Search. Getting rid of Boss's Orders, getting rid of Pokemon Catcher. I feel like it's one of them two, although we could probably get rid of a Lightning Energy. We don't need all this Lightning Energy, do we? I feel like no. So let's get rid of a Lightning Energy. We'll go and grab ourselves an Esper. Oops. Yep, that seems good. Because we have the KO on the Espeon and Deoxys. Decide who you want in the active. We have used Jirachi, haven't we? Yeah, that's how we got the research. We've seen 1, 2, 3 supporters. There's still 7 in deck. I can't keep whiffing for that long, surely. Yeah, so we're just going to retreat to the Esper here. We could draw another couple, but that's wasting another Lightning Energy, and I feel like, yeah, that's not the best idea. So we'll just whack out this Deoxyon. That seems good. Second Persian feels nice. Second Speed Energy. I think I should just attach it there. Definitely attach it there next time anyway. So next we're probably just going to use... yeah, we want something, one of them two up. I don't care which we pull. This is a really weird combination. Maybe it's a Psychic. Do we still have an Espeon in the format? That's a good question. Do we still have an Espeon in the format? Don't know. We do want to do this, but I feel like we want to go and get ourselves out before we do. Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. We don't need this. Yeah, we're good. Alright. Let's get into another one. I can't believe we bricked that hard. I mean, my opponent bricked as well, which is really, really good for us. But yeah, that's certainly the sort of matchup you want, is big HP Pokemon. Heal cards are really annoying. But yeah. I mean, like, so back on the discussion about like nerfs and buffs, you think about where is Zapdos at? I mean, where is Zapdos at now in viability? It's not great. Let's be honest. But where is Zapdos at in terms of viability once this rotation happens? Like, it's got, oh, this is not a good matchup. Okay. Yeah, it's not viable. It's basically what it is. Did I select to go first? If I selected to go first, that was a really bad play by me. Usually you go second no matter what. So we got dead days in this. I feel like we could play a research, like have a research turn here. We lose Eliza for doing it, but that feels fine. Nearly tempted to not go into my Jirachi this turn. And just wait for a turn. I'm going to do that. Because what that allows me to do is evolve into Persian. I've got the free retreat, escape board to the Jirachi, which is what we're going to do now. Research this hand, and then just attack with Zapdos for the next one. Just continue setup after that, so that feels fine. Skylar, getting a trainer card. Okay. So this is going to be a really hard matchup. Getting a hit into the Dede would be nice. Just set up a 2 prize card turn at some point. But we may need to, like, if there's only a single Charmander drop down here, we may need to target that. If we can. The only downside is we're losing 3 supporters early. Double. Okay. Wasn't a card I was expecting. The old tool scrapper, unfortunately. Look, if he's got it, he's got it. I'll just play it now. I mean, it just gets it out of the hand if they've got it, so that's fine. We'll research this. So he didn't play a supporter, so that's good information to have. What we will do is chuck this down, chuck this down. We've got Shrine, which I think is really good here for... No, it's actually not, and I might need this as a counter option at some point. Yeah, so we're just going to retreat to this guy. And then hit in, hits the 80, which is really nice. So there's a couple of things that can happen here. We can set up for the bench and try and hit into double. Or we could just take the 2 prize cards that's on offer now. So we got a well to play. How many fires do you have in hand? You've got 2. It's really good for you. I mean, this isn't hitting hard, is it? Oh, it's hitting 120. It's more than enough, yeah. So you're just an NG away from taking out here. But we've got time to get to Dene. So that's really good. And we've got another 2 prize card option on the board. It's the, like, if he knew that I was all about the Espers, it's the Zards that were going to be really hard to deal with. Hooper. So I just got to be careful about how many abilities I'm playing. So I'm playing 2 at the moment, so that's hitting 50, which isn't enough really. Interesting that he wasn't able to do much here. Do we go into Jirachi, get a pull, and then just scoop the Jirachi? And then Cynthia? I think so. What could benefit me to be like to throw away a second scooper? Nothing. I think we just switch Zappy and Cynthia. Or switch Zappy and hold, because what's better in my hand at the minute? There's not a lot. So let's just switch Zappy and hold. Take these 2 prizes while they're on offer. See what he wants to come up with. Because Hooper's only hitting for 50 at the moment, so that's not a big threat. Hitting 2, like taking 2 hits to get it is annoying, but keeping under the ability count is really useful. Acrobat. So what's this hitting for now? Yeah, it's one-shotting easy. So we need to get a big hit. We want that Hooper to stay on the board so we can get a cheeky KO. Happy. It's a good card for you to have. Should I kind of like keeping the quick pull, but should I actually set up another Persian? I mean, it's dangerous because suddenly that hits 70, but 70 is enough for a Jirachi. It's not enough for anything else. But it is enough for a Jirachi. What's your other attack do? 80. I mean, that's enough for a Jirachi as well, so that's not a big deal. So I'm nearly tempted here. What I think I'll use the quick ball for, because I've got plenty of quick balls left. Yeah. Is to set up another Persian. Although he's obviously really stuck himself. What's the chance of him being able to get to that Persian? I don't really know. Do we have a Jirachi pull here? I think I nearly do. And use one of my switch options. I kind of want to hold the hand still, I'm thinking. Yeah, we'll go Jirachi here. So we got plenty of switching. Research. This is not a research hand, but I could need that later, and because I've already used 3, that's not a good option. Don't want to really ditch the Persian this early. Boss's orders could be useful. Don't want to ditch the ordinary rod just in case, although this is looking like I won't need the ordinary rod. Yeah, I don't think we need the ordinary rod. Am I stupid for throwing the ordinary rod? Throw the shrine. Let's throw the shrine. I'm not getting any value out of that just a minute. So, here's the thing, right? Do we want to set up a Esper play? Do we want to set up a Meowth? Do we want to set up a Zapdos? What's best here? Set up Fiona for later. I think we set up Fiona for later. That'll do. I doubt this will become a target. If it does, it does. It's not a bad thing. We don't need another Zapdos. What we will do is we'll get a pull. I do want to... Oh, we could hold now because we've got a quick ball. Quick ball's really good here. Because then I've got the KO next. Yeah. So we'll hold. That's what we want. Nice. Alright, so switch scoop. Because this is a good scoop option. Go to you, chuck Jirachi down, and then Thunderous Assault. Boop. Oh, always forget the soft wall. I played double before, and I forget about that soft wall. Oh, that's devastating. That could cost me the game, forgetting about soft wall, because I need to dig for Electro Powers. I need to pull that Electro Power I actually had. Ouch. But hang on, hitting 80 wasn't... Yeah, it was enough. Oh, I am so frustrated at myself. That's going to cost me the game. I had an Electro Power that I could have pulled with Jirachi. I actually had an Electro Power I could have pulled with Jirachi. That's so bad. That's so bad. Alright, well... There's Electro Power. It's a bit sad. I want to keep this, to be honest. We'll just send there. Great ball. Grab Esper. Great ball. Whiff on it. Onto you. We've got a Meowth. I think we will go second Meowth down just a minute. Still a Wish. Oh, I don't have a switching option, do I? Okay, so that's a switch. That's easy. Yep. So we're just under assault here. Alright, so we've got this set up, but he goes to 3 prize cards here. He'll probably go to 2 prize cards on the next turn. He seems pretty brick, to be honest. So I'm thinking we go Persian now because we're attacking with the Esper. We'll use the research. I think this is a research, yeah. So we'll go Zapdos, we'll go Esper. We'll Fiona now. Do we want to actually set something here? There's nothing that I really want to set here. We're going to research the Liza. Is that okay? I feel like it is. So we'll research first. So So we've got options to be able to pull something, but we've also got the Persian Seeing in hand, so I quite like that. We'll quickly use this, get another couple of cards. We'll Whirlpool Suction this back. Got Scoop Up to pull Esper if I need to. So we'll have a KO straight back, unfortunately. Although, no. What I do is I just take out the Charmander. But he has a KO straight back with the double. So let's think. Oh, he has one-shots on me no matter what I do. So what do I need to do? I need to take a KO every single turn. Every turn. So taking out the Charmander now I think is best. Because this is a 2 prize in 1 turn. I need to look for one other thing at some point. Yeah, that's the right play. Have I got my Pokemon recovery still? Yes. Okay. So we're going to go Zapdos. How many Zapdos do I have left? I've only got 1. Okay. Thunderous Assault. Take out Charmander here. So what I need is my Pokemon recovery. Otherwise I might just have to use next turn. So I need to find the Rod this turn. That's just an absolute must. No matter what has to happen this turn is I find Rod. I'd love to use Zapdos now because I know I've got the double set up. Should evolve this while I can. So I need to find that Rod no matter what. Oh, I can't draw just a minute. That feels so bad. Is the Rod in my deck? That is a huge question. I need to save these. Come on, Rod. Come on, Rod. No! I don't know if it's in my deck. I actually don't know if it's in my deck. So Electro Powers this turn is looking bad. Let's find out if it's actually in my deck. Is the Rod here? Yes, it is. How do I maximize my chance without throwing away all my Pokecoms? Oh, this is so bad. I think we pull out Jirachi. I think we drop a Jirachi here. We scoop this Jirachi up. We drop this Jirachi in. We Stellar Wish ourselves. Come on, Rod. Oh, come on, Rod. This can thin, so we can throw cards away. Alright, so Jirachi goes down here or doesn't go down here? Not sure yet. Probably doesn't. Then we drop Esper. Do we drop Esper? Is that the play? I need to keep Electro Powers. I don't need this many Lightning Energies, so we do this. I probably should have done that first last time, actually. Oh, I need that Rod. It's just, what do I drop? I feel like I need to drop a Pokemon. Let's think about spots that we need. We need, we're losing a Pokemon next turn, so think about that. We've got Double Persian, we've got Esper, we need a spot for Fiona, and we need an extra spot. Or we just dropped Fiona. Yeah, that's what we drop. Then we Cynthia. Do we Electro Power this turn? Probably not. Because we need Fiona here because we need to take out double right now. Come on! Where is that Rod? Don't have Pokemon Search either. So we Ear Kinesis, this guy. There's 2 of the prizes. He's got the KO back. I need to find that rod. 12 cards. I get to see the top 5. Top 5. I get to see the top 6. I mean, I've got all my electro powers. Bar 1. So I can get an extra... Stamp here would destroy me. But I can get an extra 90 damage. So it all comes down to... I've got the damage on board with the electro powers. It all actually comes down to, can I find a rod? And then can I draw a Zapdos? Okay. That's what it's going to come down to. Come on, rod. There's the rod. We have the rod. So, this goes to Zapdos. That's it. Just 2 Zapdos. We don't want more energies in there. We just want to get rid of as much of this hand as we can. So 2 Zapdos. Back. Electro Power. Electro Power. Fiona, you can go down. So what am I hitting? 80 plus what? 60, 140. So it doesn't actually matter what. So I can free up a bench space no matter what here. We switcheroo to the Persian. And we drop a Shrine. And we Tantalizer, shuffle. We need a Lightning Energy and a Zapdos. We lose. Nothing can last a hit, can it? Nothing can last a hit. Yeah, GG's. GG's. Nothing can last a hit. See, I needed that rod last turn. That's really why, like, I sometimes feel like 2 rod could be really good. We'll have one more game. But it's so situational. Like, how often I need rod is not that often. But when you need it, you need it. And that was just one of those games. Like, you just needed to get that rod. Just couldn't pull it off. No, we don't want to go first. But I did have a massive misplay early in that match by not pulling that electro power, so it just took me longer to get rid of that double. Seen this Dragonite sort of deck around a little bit. It's like accelerating energies on here. I don't really know why. Maybe there was something released recently that I don't know about. Who knows? Are you serious? You stared me turn 1 of the game. Okay. Okay. No worries. What are we? A switch away? Any switching option. There we go. Let's just double E power. Drop Tantalizer. Switch. We just win. Like that. Super interactive game. Well, that was my last game. We'll just wrap it up there. Nah, we'll give another one. See, that's what sucks about that new rule of like not being able to play supporters turn 1. It's very much, I know that I probably say it over and over again, it's very much a Pokemon VMAX tag team world that we live in. We've just got to deal with it. It's actually amazing how often if you're up against a non-GX deck that exactly that happens, especially like if you hold your Zapdos like I did and they just don't realize you're a Zapdos deck. Unfortunately, this isn't a good starting hand, and this would be a great time to be stamped. I feel like a turn 1 stamp is not inbound though. I'm gonna have no idea what we're up against, am I? Shinx. Ah. Luxray. This is a good deck. This is not good for me. I need to destroy that Shinx now. And I need a lot of luck. We could scoop up. I find that phase like, yeah, I'll scoop. Just scoop the game. What do we do here? Cynthia? We need to save E-powers. Wow. Well, you can have game. We could just have back-to-back. I mean, I could drop Esper down, but I can't be bothered, to be honest. We're going to be that... Like, this game's going to be that hard to win. If he's got it now, like, if he's just got it like that, he's got it like that. We know that he has the scoop. Like the scoop up now. He doesn't quite have it like that. But obviously this sets up quite nicely. Unless he's just got tons of E-powers. Oh, he stops me from playing item cards. This game's done. It really is done. What has it got? 110, and I can't hit 110. Yeah, this game's done. Let's get it over and done with. And this is the other thing I don't necessarily like about Pokemon is like you can tell games that are done so early. Marnie. Everything unplayable. I suppose I could chuck a Speed Energy to a Zapdos and probably get 2 more unplayable cards. Oh, really? Why'd I have to draw that? I mean, this is going to have too much HP for me to deal with. Just end it. Let's get into one more. I could have ended it. Oh no, I can't end it on my own terms. He died and blocked me. Well played. Well done. It's a good deck. But 160 HP plus the berry. You just knew that was an impossible matchup. And you will see with this deck, there are some matchups. Whilst I really love it, there are some matchups where you know you're going to lose basically immediately unless you're able to take him out first turn of the game. So if he was stuck with just a Pokemon, solitary Pokemon in the active, and I was just able to hit in, that's the only exception. So we'll just Meowth down. My one more game's going well, isn't it? Oh, this is bad. I haven't even thought about the goons. This is another auto loss deck if he gets set up. I mean, we have a chance for a tiniest, like the tiniest little window. But having said that, at the moment's game now it's not. If he sets up, it's over. And I mean like well and truly over. It's not even close. I mean, Esper's useless in this matchup, so we'll get rid of that. Grab ourselves a Zapdos. Chuck this down. Got switches for next turn. I need the Electro Power for next turn. We will scoop the Meowth. Chuck that in. Chuck the Meowth down. Thunderous Assault. So we're hoping this sort of doesn't get fully evolved here. Chances are pretty small, I think. But this is going to be a very difficult matchup again. So Krogunk we're not so concerned about. Sonia. We just need to get rid of these goons. Like, if he sets up with a goon, I'm done for. I need to find Gusting to target these goons. You know the other thing I need is, like, quite desperately is the is something playable. Alright, that's good. We'll go Persian down. Fiona down. We've got the switch. We don't need to E-power. Do I want to keep E-powers? I think so, because we need to be able to target stuff. I think we'll go this board down because we need to finish this as early as possible. So if I don't get switching options, I need to be able to switch, like retreat. So this is what we'll do here. We'll switch. We'll shuffle. Wow. It's not good for us. See if I can get something out of the deck. Another Zapdos. I mean, we're all in on Zapdos in this matchup. Thunderous Assault. Get rid of that goon. We need draw, thank you. So we can't get like goon locked yet. 110 we can get to, that's fine. We're gonna have a lot of poison coming our way. Well, it's our lot 3. He's chosen not to. I used Sonya last time. Set up. So I think we need to get rid of Toxicroak here. I think that's the next play. 120 is awkward because that's 2 Electro powers. So we do have the Toxicroak gone here. These things are going to be really annoying. But we have this Toxicroak done. So, do we research this hand? I think we do. We Electro Power. Chuck this to you. Switch to you. Shrine down. Research. Got an Electro Power for next turn. Got Jirachi finally. Thunderous Assault. 3 prizes. And what, like, you think about back to where, like, my earlier conversation. You think about this game right now. If this thing did 100 base, suddenly the 120 isn't 2 Electro Powers away. But you think about it also when Electro Power's gone. Like, you're hitting 80. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. So if you own here, he just goes to another Garbodor. So I've probably got to find 2 E-powers, but yeah. Or I just hit one. Force him to have switches. Oh, I need to target this. Do I have switching? I need an energy or any kind of switch. Scoop, whatever. I need to get rid of that goon. Please, 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 please. 2, 4. So I've got 2 switches left. I've got a Tantalizer we could draw, but I don't need Tantalizer. No, it's got to be one of those 2 switches or an energy card. Kind of wish I didn't attach that energy to you, but I think Pokemon Catcher could do it. Always flip tails. That's what I always do. Forever flipping tails. Every single time, 100% guaranteed. We just got Cynthia here, don't we? Awesome. Take that, Garbodor. Alright, well, we're pretty much done now. I needed to be able to get this last turn. So this Zapdos dies, so at least we're out of the active. Oh, that's actually a point. We're out of the active. We can target this guy. It's not over yet. I mean, this thing's starting to look a little bit much for us. It's looking a little bit scary over there. But this is a boss's orders turn. Get rid of the goon, because the goon is the biggest problem. Is there anything else I want? Don't think so. So we just boss's orders here. Bring up the goon. How many Zapdos do we have left? 1. So we just retreat here. Go to this Zapdos. Hit out this guy. 2 prizes. Pokemon catch is good. It's like, you know, if you don't evolve this, we're bringing that up, and then we just got to get 1 more, which is like this guy, maybe? Wow, that's putting 5 on between turns. I mean, that's a KO if he's got it. There's a chance. We are in with a chance in this game. So I think we go Persian, we play it safe. Do we have another boss? We do. Pokemon catch is really handy here. Thank you. Come up here, please. We'll Pokemon Center. We'll go and get another Zapdos down. Esper is not being used in this match, I don't think. So Zapdos, you're down. Keeping the switch is handy, but we need to start searching. Kind of want to research, but he's got the KO, hasn't he? He's going to KO me. So, assuming he KOs me, this is better. Thins my deck and just digs me deeper. Yeah, we got another switch anyway. So we'll dig a little bit deeper. Got Cynthia's. I wanted the boss, but we don't find the boss. We don't find Electro Powers either. So that's the other thing we need. We have 3 Electro Powers in deck. Things are looking alright. That's the reason you need Gusting, because if there are threats on the board like that, you just need to get them. Or you need to get babies before they evolve with this deck. Like, I don't get why he was playing so many Trebuchets. He just gave me the opportunity to try and get an easy little kill. One Electro Power away. 1 card away. It's not as complicated as the one that we lost. We just need a single solitary card. There it is. Beautiful. We don't need anything more. Switch. And go. Boom. We got there. That was a scary matchup. Thankfully, it was more like focused around the Toxtricities rather than the goons. I mean, obviously, I think this had goons in there, definitely. Right? Nah, the goons were just to, like, pump out a bit more damage. Oh. Wow. That's all they were there for. They were techs. Okay. The goons, I think, are a very, very scary matchup for me, though. I think it's just like if a goon gets up. Excuse me. So yeah, that's my updated Zapcat deck of where it's at the moment. So, oh yeah, I'm in deck. So yeah, that's the list. That's the updated Zapcat deck. I really enjoy playing it. It's like not any top tier deck or anything. I just think it's a really fun, enjoyable deck to play. There's a lot to do every single turn, lots of thinking through things, and yeah, it's just a nice, fun, relaxing deck to play. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did like it, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next one.